All right, guys, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning node. It is Wednesday, October 20th, 2021. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for joining me today and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Time to rock and roll. Let's talk about the markets. Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo. Click on that, turn on notifications, like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and also comment any of your questions. We'll be more than happy to help you. Wow, Alibaba, still going. So pretty nice day so far in the market. Pretty mixed. Dow is down 38 points, NASDAQ up 9, S&P down 2, pretty marginally down. Russell down about 0.15%. Crude oil taking a little step back, 81.16 a barrel. Gold futures are up nearly 1%, 1787. 1800 is your ceiling or your resistance so far. 2420 on silver futures up 1.35%. 10-year treasury 1.63%. On the yield, dollar index is up slightly 0.2%, 93.75. The VIX is down 0.57% at 15.61. The euro dollar 116.37. The dollar yen 114.22. Ethereum futures are up nearly 4,000, 39.65, up 3.21%. Bitcoin is at 64,790. According to futures, as we're creeping to all-time highs, spot price 64,300. Let's see coin tracker. I had to restart my computer because it was running a little slow. I never turn it off. That's the problem. Real quick, so let's go over a couple of things this morning. Euro dollar up 4 pips, 116.37. Dollar yen 114.22, down 15 pips for my forex people. Yesterday I did a freebie on Alibaba. That's why I'm looking at it in my chart right now. It's at 181.82. Nice gap up. We got in the 175 calls this week. It got as high as 117%. If you got that on Twitter, you can take a look here. Here we are on Twitter. I said Baba looking very strong. This was at 10 a.m. Eastern yesterday. We are in the 175 calls for this week. Nice volume waiting for the spread to tighten. Looks good. And then it got as high as 117%. Now you could see 181.87. Let me go ahead and tweet that. Let me go ahead and tweet this. Let me go ahead and cut. Give me a second, guys. Okay, just wanted to tweet that for you guys. All right, so that's where we are this morning. We got out all of our trades for this week. We made a nice profit. I was expecting a little sideways action today. Again, the last 2 days have been absolutely nice. So again, as a trader, you don't want to kind of push the envelope too much either. So again, I expect a little bit of sideways action. For all we know, we can get a nice boost up, if anything. 45.10 on ES, 44.90 seems to be that support. 44.80 more than likely. But right now today, I wouldn't be pushing the envelope. We do have Tesla reporting today. I wouldn't get in. I got in yesterday on the 900s and I closed for about 15% gain. So I'm happy about that. It was a little scalp, no big deal. It was expensive. It was on the expensive side. I think it was about a $9 premium on it, but I cashed out on it. I got out of everything. So again, it was a small little scalp. But for the most part, guys, I wouldn't do much today. Obviously, Alibaba was a nice trade on the freebie side for you guys. I'm glad you guys caught it. But again, if you have it, take profits in the morning. Be happy with yourself. I mean, it got as high as 117% yesterday. If you held, good for you guys. If you didn't catch it, sorry about that. But again, Twitter is your friend. Twitter was the first one to get it. And then we posted on Instagram. And again, sometimes Instagram doesn't get everything right away. Let's take a look at some pre-market movers this morning. My coin tracker is under maintenance, I guess, the website. Pre-market movers, Ford is up 0.52% on high volume, 3.22 million shares traded. Apple's down 0.07%. Verizon reported earnings, they're up 1.43%. Chevron's down with oil, 0.63%. Microsoft's up 0.39%. On the S&P, Twitter's up 0.36%. American Airlines up 0.51%. AT&T up 0.39%. Netflix is down 2% pre-market. even after earnings. Let's take a look at NetEase is up 0.82%, Facebook 0.58%, PDD up 2.9%, Baidu 0.95%, JD.com 1.05%, and AMD's down 0.39%. So that's where we are this morning. Again, not tons of movement. Really what I'm looking at is just Bitcoin. That's really what I'm focusing on this morning. Mara will probably be nice over the weekend, but again, we could hit all-time highs and then kind of reject and then kind of stay in the middle there for a little bit, maybe around 62, 60 to 64,000. So again, I'm not against a Mara trade, but I'd probably want to go for next week, possibly the 55s for next week if we have volume. That's really the only thing I'd be watching for today. I mean, we've had so many good trades. We had 9 winning trades this week in just 2 days. So again, it's just one of those things that you don't want to push the envelope too much. You have to think macro, think bigger, longer term than just kind of pushing the envelope. So be smart. I'm still holding that Baba. Nice, Fabian. Very nice, man. Good morning, Carlos. Hope you're good. Thank you, Greg. I'm doing fine. Fabian is doing his thing, holding Alibaba. Congratulations. Banks, obviously with the yields kind of sliding today. Banks could be falling a little bit. Goldman Sachs kind of moving sideways. JPM, again, I like the 170s, but again, it needs to break 169. I'm not going to chase that thing. But for the most part, guys, I wouldn't expect much today. And I've said that many times and in the market source. So just keep that in mind. I'll track Alibaba for you guys. But again, it's really not much to report today. I mean, you had some earnings here and there. But for the most part, I mean, if there's a day to take off, it would probably be today. If you guys needed to take a day to just kind of chill, it'd be today because I don't see a lot of movement today. I don't expect a lot. Tomorrow, probably different. Friday, probably different, but not a lot of news. Really, the only thing is the crude oil inventories on today at 10:30, but not much on the economic news front. Yeah, we're getting some talks regarding reconciliation for the budget and the economic stimulus, the 1.9 trillion or something like that. But again, that's not really something that you need to worry about at this very second. If anything does change, we'll go ahead and let you know. Let's see. Hi, Carlos. I was wondering if you can give me your thoughts on Carvana long term. Carvana is a used car selling company. So again, I kind of like their business model. They're kind of like their dealer direct. That's pretty cool. But for the most part, again, unless you're really believing that used car demand is going to keep going higher, I don't think so. I just don't expect used car demand to stay that high. I wouldn't be in Carvana personally. That's just me. I wouldn't want to own it. Meme stock kind of day. I mean, let's take a look at some meme stocks. AMC, it's basically flat. GME, basically flat. BlackBerry had a nice day yesterday. It's basically flat today. I think the other one, I could say Nokia as a meme stock, flat. And then I believe one more that I'm missing in terms of, let's say Clove. And that's another flat one. Again, guys, 17 points up on the NASDAQ. The Dow's down 2. The S&P's up 1.75. I'm not seeing a lot of action. Really, the only fireworks I see is Alibaba. And we caught it, which was great. So no worries. You're welcome. Tyler's asking about Wish. Let's take a look. Wish is at $5.36. Hourly's not really showing much. I'm assuming you're looking this for a long-term buy or an investment. I think above 15 would be nice, but again, it has fallen. You're really near support. So I would say a break of $5. You could probably buy some if you're expecting a bounce long-term, go for it. But until then, there's nothing here. The only other stock I see that's kind of relatively decent is Apple. The 150s look nice. So take a look at that. Microsoft, again, is hitting all-time highs. So I think Apple's probably the move. I think Apple, 150 calls if it breaks 149 would be nice for this week. The only other one I would say, Baba still has a little room to go, to be honest with you. I'm looking at the chart here. We're trading at 181.70. That would probably be right here. That's a gap to fill. So I would actually wait on Baba. I would take profits in the morning. The gap is about to be filled. It should come back down a little bit. If it breaks 186, 187, that's the 100-day on the daily, then it gets interesting. You can start taking a look at the 200s on that for a nice recovery. But until then, I would just wait on that. Thoughts on Tilray? Tilray, I own it in my ETF. It is up from yesterday. It's $11.62, but it hit resistance at 12. So is it really to the point where I'm interested? Not really to trade it. You can take a look at the daily. Not that great. There's resistance right around 1234, the 50-day moving average. So no, I wouldn't touch anything on Tilray to trade, honestly. Baidu still have room? Baidu, you mean? All the Chinese names are running. So let's take a look at Baidu. We've looked at BABA. Nice gap up on Baidu. Again, I hold BABA stock, but not Baidu. It is above the 100. That's great. There's a gap to fill at 196. We're at 180 now. I would probably do the 185s, if not the 190s on Baidu, if we can hold this level here. If we can get above, let's see a 4-hour chart on Baidu. Yeah, 4-hour chart kind of gives me a little more room here. I would say 182 would be decent. So let's go and place an alert at 182.19. If that does break, I would possibly go for this gap fill of 196. I think 190s would be fine. But I would wait for I would go for next week expiry on Baidu. But yeah, there's some bullish price action there. 182.19 needs to break. So there you go. So again, I didn't expect a ton of questions, obviously, because the market's not really moving today. Morning sideways action in semiconductor trades. Yeah, again, we hit some really good highs on the semiconductors. We took Nvidia yesterday, which was nice. I have a level to gap to fill at 224.71. So Nvidia isn't terrible. If we kind of go sideways here, I wouldn't open anything for an Nvidia yet. AMD sideways action too. If it breaks 117, then possibly 118 on AMD, but I keep it very tight. I wouldn't go nuts. Thomas, thank you. Carlos, for doing this daily. Can't comment as much. Listen to you while driving to work daily. Cheers. Thank you. Good morning, Carlos. Support to but City. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming you mean what's the support for City. Let's take a look at the daily on Citibank. 64.61 is your support. A break of 73.72 would be nice and bullish. I would fill the 75 calls with some volume if we get it. But yeah, guys, if there's a day to take off, today is it. So there you go. We'll leave it there, guys. Microsoft levels to add. Last one. 260.62 is my level. Again, that's your support right there. Obviously, we're at all-time highs. Microsoft's a great company. You think coin is on the playlist to buy? I think Mara is a better play because it's cheaper, but coin isn't a bad idea either. Again, if you're bullish Bitcoin, I believe Bitcoin will break all-time highs and then come back down a little bit to around 62, 63 for a little bit. Doesn't mean we won't go higher, but just for a couple of days. The problem is the time decay on your calls. So there you go. Roku to break 350. I own Roku. I love Roku. 350, yeah, I should tap 350, but I wouldn't trade it this week. Again, I'm expecting sideways action today. So just be very careful out there. Your premiums might get chopped for the most part. So again, if there's a day to take off, it's today from trading. More than likely, you had a great 2 days. Don't kill yourself. Just go step by step. Again, I think Apple's probably one of the better looking charts out there. BABA and Baidu, those are your three. Mara is pretty decent, but that's about it. Other than that, there's not really much out there. So all right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your day. GARcapitalfx.com is your website. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy your freebie. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Cheers.